Few things that are important in life: health, family, financials, and many other areas that you may say that are important for you. In this very specific interview, I have a rock star, an incredible superhero of mine, not only in the fitness space, not only as a human being, but also a colleague that I got the opportunity to collaborate with. And she's going to be giving you everything you ever need in terms of your health, your wellness, your fitness, and definitely how to turn your life into the happy side that you need it to be. This is the ME Show.
On me, girls on me, on the dance floor, all eyes on me. Who is he? Man, you better come get your girl dog. All eyes on me, party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me, yeah, where the girls are. This is how your night should be. All eyes on me,
all eyes on the prize, money supersized. G5 super fly, should be supervised. Do or die, open up your eyes, head to the sky. Keep a mean bad mommy on the side. Make a tsunami, kamikaze on the mind. Spit flow, paparazzi flash shine. Get dough, champagne, Merlot. Cash and tango, in the VIP. Now she wanna touch her ankle. Get low, mueve mami como el dembow. All eyes on me, peeping through the window. Get mine, get yours, believe it or not. In the meantime, I'ma keep my eyes on the
all
top.
eyes on me, drinks on me, girls on me, on the dance floor. All eyes on me, who is he? Man, you better come get your girl dog. All eyes on me, party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me, yeah, where the girls are. This is how your night should be.
All eyes on me, indeed. And today is like no other day because I got the one, the only, the superstar, the rock star, the superhero, the fitness guru, the one and only Kelly Block, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous today. How are you doing?
Fabulous. She's being so modest. She is amazing and always rocking it. First and foremost, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and the privilege to feature you in here. And we are broadcasting on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, fan page, business page, and multiple other platforms. So feel free to talk to us and say what's up to your people out here. If you are a happy human being, let us know that in the comment itself. Let us know if you're watching on the live and or the replay. So Kelly, first and foremost, you have been in the fitness community, in the fitness profession for about 20 years. You've made it a profession. You've made it a career. And God bless you. When I hear 20 years, usually I think, like up there in age, but you look very, very, very young for being in a profession for 20 years. So kudos to you. And for those who don't know about your greatness, do us a little bit of a favor. Let them know how it all began for you, where you are, and definitely where you're heading in life.
Well, long story short, I have a degree in kinesiology from Slippery Rock University. And so since I graduated with exercise science, I wanted to be in the preventative wellness side of fitness. I thought about going into physical therapy, but I actually wanted to help people. Like I wanted to be on the side of prevention. So before it gets to the point where, we have to have surgeries or we have to turn to medications, I was trying to find the more holistic well-being side of fitness. And so in the last 20 years, I've done a ton of different things. I've been fitness director, I've been management. I've completely overhauled group fitness schedules. I have over 20 certifications and a ton of different things. But really it all comes down to just the people that I get to share this journey with every single day. That's why I wake up every single morning, and I love sharing fitness and my expertise of wellness and alignment and posture. I love motivating people, and I just feel very grateful that I have the opportunity to do this.
Well, I love the fact that you've mentioned one hot button for the masses. You talked about surgeries or medication, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at some time, we got to turn to certain medications, right, to balance in the life that we are in the society that we are in. Sometimes you need a little bit of a help. But then there are surgeries. Where is your position on surgeries, plastic surgeries to be specific? Is there a way for someone to kind of redirect their body where it needs to be? Is it okay? Are you for it? Are you against it? You have no emotion towards it? What's your take?
Well, I mean, there could be two different ways of thinking about it. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to sit here and proclaim that I know everything about what a person needs when it comes to if they need surgery or not. But I do know from my experience that a lot of times when we have aches and pains, they can simply be resolved with movement. Okay. And I can tell you that any orthopedic surgeon out there will tell you the same exact thing. Before they go to them, they need to be doing things that are going to help, them after their surgery as well. Because if they fix a joint, a lot of times our pain is not actually the source of our pain. And the bones and the bony structures and the ligaments. And I'm not referring to like traumatic injuries, because that's a little different. I'm talking about just extra, like, chronic pain that we have from sitting too much or driving all the time or being on our phones, so all of these kind of posture anomalies create biomechanical changes in our body, and they wear and tear our joints. Obviously, if you don't move, guys, your body's not going to feel good. Right. My opinion is sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need it. I've had 3 ACL surgeries on my right knee, and I'm telling you, and this was when I was, 15, 19 and 22, I think. So I'm jumping with the best of them, burpees, climbing. I'm doing all the activities I know. And my doctor is always like, I'm bone on my right knee, and I don't have pain. And I really associate that because I'm trying to do a multitude of activities, and I just keep moving. So hopefully, and I know it has, because I work with people where it does help.
Yeah, well, let's talk about
it's empowerment, right? It's taking charge of your own life too.
I think so too. The one thing that you working with people, and you work with individuals literally from high school all the way up to 60 plus. And through Remedy, tell us first of all about Remedy, just to make sure that we put in context. You've created a virtual gym, but it's not your same old typical everybody come and work out. Tell us a little bit more about that, and then I can dig into that as well.
Well, Remedy has kind of evolved from just years. I actually had another company called Professional Fitness Designs, and then I got into management, and then, spent years doing that. But I created Remedy and it took me a while to figure out the name, because I wanted it to be a resource for fitness and wellness. I want somebody to come in and feel comfortable, being able to talk about their history, and I wanted to be able to give them direction. That's really what it all comes down to. And it's not just an online gym. Actually, I'm more successful right now at my home training. I'm doing a lot of home personal training. My book's building really fast from doing that. But I'm also doing corporate wellness. So I do a lot of wellness and education, stress management, ergonomics, posture and alignment. So I'm actually working with companies right now to be able to do fit stops again, where I used to do them I'm doing them for their employees who are sitting at home a lot. And it's just really about educating, because honestly, it's really half the battle. Like, no one really cares what you know until they know how much you care.
Absolutely.
And so my way of training and my way of connecting with people, especially in this industry, is to be able to give them, really just give them direction and give them some motivation and some guidance to how they can be successful and create the lifestyle changes that will create lifelong habits. That's critical, because you can do anything for 12, 6 months, but are you creating the habits that are going to help you maintain this lifestyle that you want throughout your life?
So let's talk about direction. I know that, traditionally speaking, I lost 30 pounds 30 times in my lifetime, right? And it's usually because either of lack of direction or lack of discipline. When it comes to Remedy, can you share with us, how do you get people to follow the direction? Because it's not a question of it works or it does not. It's a question of, are they willing to do the work or not? So how do you get your clients and your members to follow those directions? And if you can give us some of the telltales of those directions to us who are watching from home right now, so we too can have a little bit of transformation that we want to have.
So I always say to my clients and to my groups, I always say, I'm your tour guide, guys. That's all I've got. Listen, I can show you what to do, but it's up to you to do it, right?
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of empowerment that I need to create, and that comes from connection and knowing people and getting their trust too. My clients trust me. They trust me that I'm not going to hurt them. They know that I'm going to be here for them. It's connection. It really is creating a connection. So, in a resource, because honestly, I can't expect them. And I do have clients who are with me for years, and love you guys all. You guys support me and my family, and I love you for that. But it's about giving them the education that they need to be able to do it on their own. And then if they fall off the wagon, which we all do, we're only human, well, they have a resource. They're like, Kel, so here I am right now. I'm coming back. Let's see what we can do to get me back on. You know what I mean? And it's coming from a safe place, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things in business, at least, right, we usually see that, 10 to 20% of the people are going to do 80, to 90% of the work. In your space, when it comes to fitness and following direction, is it true? Because in gyms, most people will sign up for a gym, but not really show up after 2 months. Is it the same exact thing that you are experiencing, or do you feel as if with Remedy, you actually have more people showing up and showing up a lot longer?
Oh yeah, I have clients who have been with me for 15 years. Okay.
What's your secret, Kelly? Because everybody wants to know what you doing.
It's the face. No, I don't know. Because I show up, and I show up for them, and I give them my attention and my knowledge. And, I think that, they want to come back and say, hey, Kel, this is where I've been, and, it's really a trust factor too, because there are a lot of trainers out there, and I'm not going to put any of them down. I've just been doing this for I've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen, and I've heard every excuse on the book. So you can't get anything underneath me. I'm like, all right, well, let's see how we can get over these barriers. And it really comes down to the mindset too. I mean, where's your head? I mean, I can tell right off the bat when someone comes and seeks my guidance as a tour guide, where their head is. Like, you have to be ready. You have to be ready. And do I want to be able to motivate and inspire everyone? I can't realistically say that that's going to happen, but you know what? Maybe I can help that one or two people, over the course of a week or two that, they were sitting there wondering, what do I need to do? And I trust her. Let me see what she has to say.
Yeah. One of the things that I do know for a fact is, first of all, and you kind of hinted to it, people don't care about how much, they want to know how much you care. And I believe that you have to have an intense amount of passion for people. Forget fitness for a second, but just for people, like to have the patience to love on somebody, even if they don't follow instructions, to have the patience to teach someone something that you may have told them 5,000 times and be like, okay, let me show you again how to do it. Where do you get that patience, that passion that you have to keep on keeping on?
Because we're all human. Okay. And there are people out there like you, Ali, you are good at what you do. Like, this is your jam. So fitness and training and one-on-one, that's my jam. Like in wellness education, that's my jam.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of fitness where I'm trying to help people. And I have clients who can attest to it. Like, they've been able to avoid surgeries. They've been able to, even after surgery, The problem is with my medical system, we don't preach prevention enough. We don't. We should be getting money from our insurance companies for trainers, honestly, because we're the ones who are helping prevent. You
literally save them a whole lot more money.
Yes. Literally, like if people would just put some time and money into, investing in their wellness before it all goes down south, then think about how much better our medical system would be, right?
Yeah. It's crazy now that I think about it. No wonder you politicians don't get anything. No, let me not go there. Hey, let me ask you a question. One of the things that I know that you are not only passionate about, but you're focused on is alignment, and and I know it's funny, like, I got a secret. Every time I talk to Kelly, here's what I find myself doing.
Everyone does. As soon as I say it, they're like, boom, what?
It's like the inspector is here. There's an investigation going on. You better be on your best behavior. The manager is here. So talk.
It's actually bad. Like, I'll go to Target and I'll be like looking around going, oh, his back is killing me.
So entrepreneurs are notorious for bad posture. And the reason is we're always in front of computers. We're always doing this. We're always, trying to write notes, and we're not in the best posture possible could you please, if you don't mind, educate me and my people that are watching right now? And for those of you entrepreneurs, this is your opportunity to ask questions. I got her for another like 6 or 8 minutes. So ask any questions about you as a busy entrepreneur and what you need to do to get better wellness. And I definitely will get as much golden nuggets out of Kelly. So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm busy. And I'm not as aware of my posture until my wife literally, she does this. She'll walk by and just tap me in the back, meaning like fix your back. So help me or help us work on that or develop a habit where we can work on that.
Well, I'll give you one tip. You know what helps? Sitting on a stability ball when you're in front of your computer. So by just sitting on a stability ball, it actually forces you to be more upright. Otherwise,
because it's moving or?
Because it's unstable, right? Oh. So when we activate those stabilizing muscles of your spine, of your full body, really, we create better alignment. We create better, because otherwise we'd fall. Your body wants to go into a more efficient state of being. You know, the biggest thing is we go, like, just like anything, we go to the path of least resistance, and so does our bodies. So when we're sitting down a whole lot, you know, we create those biomechanical, changes that then we go to stand and move around and do things that our body's like, what is going on? Now I got tightnesses on one side, weaknesses on the other, then we start adding rotation into the factor. Like it can get pretty ugly. But I think that it's not like it's a lost cause, right? Because I mean, I'm hyper aware of it, and I'm sitting more now because of all of my new adventures with Yep and everything right now. But it's also it's awareness, guys. Just be aware. Like, honestly, if you think about it, if your joint is, say your joints are in the right position and the movement around your joint is efficient, then you're going to move better, and you're going to decrease the risk of breaking down your joints. And then you decrease your risk of falling, and then you decrease your risk of getting rotator cuff injuries or back injuries. Back injuries are just that's a whole other episode. But, again, the best thing you can do is be aware of it. Just, don't sit all the time. Stand up, sit in a ball, do exercises that will promote healthy joint mobility.
I dig it. Now we're gonna play a game. And by the way, as you know, Kelly, we don't script anything. I create questions as we go. So we're gonna play a game. Yes, we're gonna play a game right now with Kelly, and this game is called Myth or Facts, where you're gonna debunk certain craziness. Now, here's the thing: if you win, you are to give whomever reaches out to you a 20-minute one-on-one chat. Perfect. If you lose, you get to give anyone who reaches out to you a 20-minute chat on anything that they have questions about. Do you accept the terms and conditions?
I do.
It's a bond. All right, let's go. So pre-workouts, post-workouts, necessary? Is it just a thing that people ended up just getting sucked into from a marketing perspective? Talk to us about that.
Are you talking about like supplementation?
Yeah.
I think there's value to it. Absolutely. I think, there's a lot of options out there. So I'll keep it simple, but say yes. Okay. I'm going to say it's a fact. Like, so if you feel your bodies before your workout, depending on what it is, obviously there's a whole other categories that could go into, then you set your body up with the right nutrients to be able to get the best out of your workout. And then after your workout, you break down. Exercise is actually a stressor. So you break down, whether it's breaking down muscle tissue, right? And you rebuild that. So that rebuilding process, actually the period of time between when your workout ends and your next workout is the most critical time for nutrition, because that's when you need to supply your body with what it needs to rebuild. Ready to eat
meal plans, meaning delivered to your house. And there's a lot of marketing companies that actually deliver, whether it's, presets, or you just add water to them, or you just put them in the microwave, and so on and so forth. What's your take on that? Is that something that you would advise? It's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And there's actually check, wherever you guys live, there are definitely more local businesses now doing like these meals. So it doesn't have to be from HelloFresh or whatever those other companies are. It could be for someone local. There's one right down the street from me that I was checking out this morning. So funny you said that, because I definitely was. I was like, because, a lot of times it's convenience. Meal prepping is vital for any weight loss journey, because if you don't prep your meals, if you don't have a plan or an action, it's just a wish, people. It's going to go out the window. It's going to be so much easier for you to cheat. So those meal options out there, fabulous. I mean, and plus you get all the ingredients, you have some family time. Perfect. Yes.
Perfect. Keto, is that the ultimate perfect? Because it's the hottest thing everybody's talking about right now. Ooh, she's shaking her head. Let's talk about keto for a second. Give me the myth and the facts on keto.
Okay, so let's go back to what I said earlier. You need to create the lifestyle changes that will affect you for the rest of your life, right?
Okay.
You cannot live on keto the rest of your life. Will it work? Absolutely. Will it help you? Absolutely. We won't get into the whole physiological aspect of that. But again, I firmly believe that you need to create the changes in your lifestyle, which means lower fat, more vegetables, more fruit, lots of water. Water is a big one. All those things that you can acquire that you'll be able to make the changes, right? But keto, you can't live off of it. Sorry, you just can't. Like, no one's going to want to live off keto the rest of their lives. And their kidneys are definitely not going to want to deal with that either. So, you know, I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does.
No. I hear you. Don't send me any hate mail. Those of you who are in MLM keto companies, this is a professional for 20 years. We're getting the facts here. All right. Let's go for one last one.
Okay.
Veganism, being vegan, not vegetarian, but being totally vegan. Long term, is that because, I mean, there are so many documentaries that are educating that veganism is the natural human element food. So what's your take on that?
Okay, so I'm sorry, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Back in the prehistoric days, there were herbivores and there were carnivores, okay? So we had two types of dinosaurs, okay? So there was a purpose for both of them on the planet, okay? So I was actually vegan for a long time, and I had to find protein sources in other areas. Now, I do, and those were, a lot of it was for personal reasons and just, you know, of course, things that you read and see, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that you can get everything you need from a vegan diet. Are you going to be a bodybuilder? Probably not. But there are bodybuilders out there who are vegan. So I can't even say that. I think that whatever floats your boat, people, listen, your body is happier when it's alkaline. So the more alkaline foods that you consume in your diet, okay, and meat is an acid. It creates that acidic environment in your body. So the more alkaline you can be, fruits and vegetables and things like that, the healthier your body will feel. So, I mean, again, I
got one last one. They may love me, they may hate me, but you know our entrepreneurial community where you and I collaborate, they love 75 hard. Now, I said many times, listen, I do 75 hard hours, but I ain't doing no 75 hard days, and they keep giving me a hard time about it. What is your take, my friend, on 75 hard? It is an ultimate necessity in order to create the transformational habit, or it's just another cool thing to get into a habit, but you're not going to die if you don't do it.
If it works, do it. Right?
Works, do it.
If it works for you, awesome. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. It has to work for you, right? I am not personally, nor do I have any desire to do it. Okay. I don't need to do it, nor do I want to make those kind of sacrifices because I've created my lifestyle that I know is healthy for me. However, but that being said, I give you guys mad props. High five, because honestly, that is some serious dedication. Just like a bodybuilder, man, they got to make some serious changes. But again, is it something you can maintain forever? No, but maybe you take a lot out of it, right? And then maybe you pull some stuff out of it and then you try something else. If there was one diet, one exercise program like that per se, that worked for everybody, don't you think we'd all be on it? That's all I'm going to say. It's all how we can create the motivation and how we can create what inspires us to move to the next step, right? And who inspires us,
so
right?
Would you agree with the statement that there's a million ways to a million lifestyles towards health?
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to find that lifestyle that works best for you, correct?
Yes. Yeah. And just, guys, go back to the basics, man. Like, think about it, really. If you don't move, your muscles and your joints are not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're not eating well, your body internally is not going to feel healthy. Right. Mm-hmm. So make the changes. Like, here's what I got to say to this. If the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm prepared for it. I'm going to outrun them, right? Survival of the fittest, people. You know what I mean?
They say drama sells. I think that just sold us from getting our butts back to working out. Wow.
If you want to be in shape for the zombie apocalypse, come see me, people. I'm telling you. No, I'm just
there
kidding.
you go. And Kelly, I know that you're going to be providing us with any information where we can connect with you. Kelly won, by the way, in case you're wondering if you're going to get 20 minutes with her or not. She has won. Therefore, she's giving you her permission. Reach out to her directly, ask any questions that you may have. And heck, you may be lucky and end up in her Remedy community as well, where I see her working out with people, educating, training, and literally creating custom ways for every single individual as a separate case. There's no one brush that paints all. And I love that about you and what you do. Also, a shameless plug in here. I had Kelly as a guest of mine in my podcast, your Strategic Partner podcast, available everywhere. Just ask Alexa or Siri or Google Play or Google Assist or wherever you are. Just tell your phone, play the latest episode of your Strategic Partner, and then you're going to actually hear Kelly. And she was generous with her time. Matter of fact, Kelly, fun fact for you, you are the longest interview we have ever had in the history of our podcast, and it was filled with value, with a lot of content, and people
I feel honored. Thank you.
Absolutely. So make sure you check it out. I'll give you guys a little bit of a fun fact about the podcast. Now, if there are kids anywhere, take them aside. We talk about the importance of being fit and sex. Yeah, we talked about that as well on the podcast. And she gave some crazy insights that you gentlemen and ladies that want to create that spark, you're going to want to listen to it. So I'll put the link directly in the comments so you can check out Kelly's podcast episode. And I can tell you right now, you need to connect with her. I learned so much. And I mean, as a matter of fact, we learned so much in a matter of 20 minutes. Imagine how much more you can learn if you connect with her directly. So we appreciate it and thank you. And
thank
Kelly,
you for having me. It was awesome.
Absolutely. I want to give you the last few words or a minute or so for that person who says, yeah, Kelly, but you don't understand. I've been going through and I've been overweight all my life and I don't have food and the gym is closed. What is your message to that person for taking the first step?
Just take the first step. You cannot lose 30, 40, 50 pounds if you don't lose one. That, make your goals, like create the game plan, take that leap of faith, trust people, trust me. Like I can help you get where you want to be, whether it's weight loss or better health or better, just feeling better, moving better. I mean, there's so many different platforms and I'm really excited and I love helping people. I love being the tour guide for everybody on this really cool fitness and wellness journey.
I love how you break it down, and being a tour guide indeed is definitely what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an exclusive of the ME Show. Make sure you visit us at winwithali.com for any information. If you are a struggling entrepreneur looking to leverage social media in a digital space to create brand equity and revenue, I am your guy, and I go by your strategic partner, and the podcast is up and ready, and I believe you're going to be empowered, entertained, and definitely educated if you listen to Kelly's episode. Appreciate you and thank you. And Kelly, much love to you, my friend. We'll talk to you next time.
Talk
Peace
to you
out,
later.
everybody. See ya.